My ideal roast potato has got to be really fluffy, loads of flavour, salty, crispy. It's so crucial to really focus in on the simple things in life to make something simple really be outstanding. Potatoes are essentially made of two things, starch and moisture. I'm using Maris Piper potatoes, which are often described as floury, for their medium to high starch content. I've peeled and quartered them ready to parboil. So first up, I'm going to preheat my oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Place my potatoes in a large pan, covered with cold water and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to bring the water to a boil and parboil for 7 minutes. Parboiling a medium starch potato releases more gelatinized starch than a lower starch density potato. This will help create the crunchy potato surface I'm after. I'll know my potatoes are ready when they go a bit furry and flaky on the outside. So my potatoes are ready to drain, and I'm going to give them a good shake in the colander to roughen the edges. I then leave the potatoes to steam for 5 minutes, removing some of the excess water stored within the potato from the boiling process. As my potatoes are steaming, I'm going to prepare my oil. I'm using goose fat and vegetable fat for my ultimate roast potato. Goose fat has stacks of flavour, but on its own, it can be really rich. I'm adding some vegetable fat to the mix because it's going to lighten it up, and it does give it a much crispier outer layer too. I'll heat my fats in the oven for 5 minutes. I want the oil to be bubbling when I take it out to instantly crisp up the outside of my potatoes. To make sure the fats are as hot as possible, once the oils are heated in the oven, I'm going to pop them back onto a hob to keep the tray really roasting. I'm tipping my drained and steamed potatoes into the tray, making sure that the potatoes are evenly distributed and using 2 spoons to make sure they're covered in all of that fat. Now I'm going to add a couple of garlic bulbs and some fresh rosemary just to really boost that flavour. So now your potatoes are ready to go into the oven. They need to cook for 50 minutes, but you need to make sure you take them out halfway through and give them a turn so they cook really evenly. So it's time to serve them. What we need to do is get rid of that excess fat. So I'm just going to drain the potatoes on some kitchen paper and make sure that they're blotted thoroughly to get rid of this oil. Next up, I'm going to sprinkle on some sea salt, which will draw out any extra moisture and bring in that last extra bit of crispiness. I mean, honestly, just look at the surface of that potato. I can't think back to a Sunday growing up when I didn't have a roast dinner, and no roast dinner is good unless you've got fantastic roast potatoes.
Give these a go at home and share your pictures with the hashtag #LoveYourKitchen. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a tiny bit of alone time with these guys. They're so good.